The Hadzabe tribe steps into a tense encounter with a giant python. And right here, they will bring back an ancient cooking tradition that has been passed down only through the oldest generations of hunters. As soon as they left the camp and stepped into the tall grass, the Hadzabe hunting team suddenly stopped in their tracks. In front of them was a wide, fresh trail pressed into the soft earth, a sign that a large creature had passed through not long ago. For those familiar with the Tanzanian savanna, a trail like this often points to the African rock python, one of the largest snake species on the continent. These pythons can reach several meters in length, with strong, heavy bodies and an incredible ability to blend into dry leaves and sandy soil. That's why following their tracks is always a real challenge. The Hadzabe understand python behavior very well. They can stay completely still for hours, waiting for the right moment. When needed, they can snap their head around with surprising speed, and even without venom, their muscular bodies are strong enough to make any creature cautious. Just one track on the ground is enough for the hunters to immediately shift their mindset. They quickly adjusted their formation. A few spread out to widen their field of view, while the others slowed down to listen more closely for any sound in the grass. This is how they adapt to the environment: no rushing, no underestimating the situation, and always respecting whatever may be hiding beneath the leaves. The farther they followed the trail, the clearer the small details became: grass pressed flat into a long line, tiny branches bent to one side, and patches of soil slightly disturbed in a curved shape. Every clue revealed the path of a large python moving through the area. When the trail led into a shaded patch beneath thick canopy, the atmosphere shifted. This is where pythons often hide, using the cool shade to conserve energy and stay ready for movement. In that exact moment, the Hadzabe hunters knew they were close to a rare encounter, and that the real challenge was only just beginning. If you found this tracking moment intense and exciting, don't forget to leave a like. Following the trail into the shaded area beneath the trees, the Hadzabe hunters could clearly sense that they were getting closer to the creature that left the large track behind. In situations like this, they always prioritize calmness and safety above everything else. The Hadzabe have a few basic principles when approaching a python. They keep a safe distance, avoid standing directly in front of the head, and always observe whether the animal is resting or preparing to move. This helps them avoid unnecessary surprises.
Lijkt hoor. Ja, die nemen fucking leef nog in deze honger.
Sometimes, they use non-poisoned arrows to create a signal that makes the python slow down, giving the team more time to observe and adjust their position. These arrows aren't meant to cause harm, they mainly help the hunter stay in control of the situation. Once they reach a safe distance, a hunter steps forward and uses a long stick to gently guide the python's head down toward the ground.
I need this. Don't grab that, motherfucker.
This traditional technique helps reduce sudden movements from the head, the most sensitive part of the snake.
I wouldn't grab that little bastard. Yeah. I see it right there. Pretty quick for a lineman. Yeah.
When the head is safely under control, the team quickly works together to bring the animal in. Within moments, they pull the python into a more open area where the light is clearer and the ground is flat. With the python now in a clear space, the hunters immediately move on to the preparation stage. They tie the necessary parts with forest vines to keep everything stable and safe during handling. The earlier caution gives way to a faster, more focused energy. They know they've already passed the most challenging part of the hunt. The atmosphere becomes quicker and more decisive. Some lay down dried leaves beneath, others gather branches to set up the fire they're about to start. In just a few minutes, everything is ready for the next step of their journey. What do you think about how the hunters handled this situation? Leave a comment below.
Flesh which they will eat.
The hunters place the food in the communal preparation area, a spot that's always ready for whatever the team brings back after each trip. There's no sudden shift in atmosphere. The rhythm of the tribe simply adjusts slightly as they begin handling this new source of food. A group starts building the fire, while others pick the firmest cuts to add to the stew pot. A Hadzabe stew doesn't need complicated seasoning, just a few wild roots gathered around the camp, some water, and large cuts of meat. Everything goes into the pot, covered lightly, and left to cook slowly over a steady flame. Meanwhile, a few hunters quickly prepare the meat for grilling. They place each piece on stripped branches, set them near the hot coals, and turn them with practiced ease. The camp gradually becomes busier, yet never noisy. In one corner, some people continue fixing worn arrow bundles, others clean tools, while a few sit under the shade talking about the tracks they noticed on the way back. The meal doesn't create a single gathering point. Instead, it flows naturally into every small corner of the camp, weaving through daily activities like a gentle current. When the grilled meat is ready, portions are brought to the groups working across the camp. No one has to wait. People receive their share wherever they are and carry on with their tasks. Each person enjoys it in their own way. Some eat quickly before returning to their tools, others take a moment to share the part of the day's journey that impressed them most. The stew begins to simmer evenly, sending a light aroma drifting across the camp. It's then divided into smaller portions for everyone to eat throughout the afternoon, especially those who need extra energy for the rest of the day's work. Under the daylight, the camp feels like a lively wheel in motion. Each group works independently yet stays connected through a natural sense of sharing. The giant python hunt, after all its challenges, ends with a meaningful amount of food being used wisely, without fanfare or ceremony, simply as part of the steady rhythm that has shaped life on this savanna for generations. Journeys like this show us only a very small glimpse of the Hadzabe world, where every fire and every meal carries a story of its own.
Into two parts.
If you want to go deeper into this wild landscape and discover traditions few people still know about, hit subscribe and join us on the next adventure. There's so much more about the Hadzabe waiting ahead.